Hello, welcome to 10 Minutes Astrology. And today we're going to talk about transiting Uranus in fourth house.
Yes.
So, why we are keep so quiet? Are we anticipate something?
Yes, I mean, I think we are, because the other three houses were more excited. I think fourth house, we're starting to feel, ooh, this is
That is,
challenging.
yeah, that is one part of Uranus because sometimes it gets you really hyper, and there is like when adrenaline went down, and
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Now it's at the
exactly
bottom of the chart.
to the bottom of the chart. So I'm so tired. I'm tired of all of this. I'm tired of change too.
Yes. But I think when Uranus goes into the fourth, whether you're tired or not, things will change.
Ugh, we couldn't say no.
Yeah, you couldn't say no. And I think, maybe there is this feeling inside of a release. I think it's
Hmm?
true that Uranus brings unexpected change and disruption.
Yeah.
And so for a moment, we feel a little bit overwhelmed, perhaps. And of course, the fourth house is our foundation, so this can feel very scary. But I actually think that with Uranus transits, a lot of times there is this sense of release, there is this sense of breaking free. So
Hmm.
perhaps, it feels a bit unstable, but it also
Yeah.
feels like it's giving you more freedom.
Oh, that is a very interesting because from Buddhism way to think, the things we attached or the place we
Ah,
attached are usually is in another way is kind of binding us, hold us. But when the things has been removed, or when we have been cut off from something, or when we lost something, in another way to see it is we gain the freedom.
so it's so nice because we could apply this to everything. So when Uranus was in the first house, we were attached to our old identity. And Uranus helped us release that. Uranus
Yeah.
then went into the second house. We were attached to, could be physical things, or again could be a system of values, and
Yes.
Uranus made us detach from that, breaking free from that. Then Uranus
Ah.
went into the third house. We were attached to a way of thinking, perhaps, or what
Yes.
we said, to a local environment, to certain
Yes.
kind of like staying in the known area of life.
Yes.
And Uranus said, detach from that, release this. And so
Yeah.
then Uranus goes into the fourth house. And so it's saying, okay, you're attached to a place, you're attached to a form of belonging. And
Hmm.
Uranus is saying, really, you're also not that. So release that.
Yeah. Wow. Sounds so philosophical, but it's really helpful. It's really helpful because most of the time we focus on things we lost or we've been cut off. Like, for example, the fourth house could be the family, and when transing Uranus in the family, our sense of belonging, our relationship to our family or parents could change a little bit, and that would be in another way to see it is it gives us a chance to be different.
Exactly, yes.
Mm.
To become more free. So it might be important to think about this, like to think about how in each chart Uranus will go in the fourth house, if it
Mm.
ever goes, because in some houses it might, in some lives it might never happen. But
Uh-huh.
it will, if it happens, it will happen at different stages in life. This is not
Yes.
like we were talking about the conference the other day, and this is
Yeah.
not like these cycles of life that are repeated for everyone are the same. This is very
Hmm.
specific. For some people it will happen at a certain moment, and for some people at a different moment. So to feel this detachment from your family or from your parents when you are 20, 30, maybe
Yeah.
it feels like invigorating.
Hmm.
When you're, maybe if you're later in life, maybe you're 50, 60, and you say,
Uh-huh.
finally, I'm free from those demands. But then let's say you are 4 or 5,
Uh-huh.
then
Oh,
this might feel scary, right? This might
yes.
feel more difficult. So it's also
And
important now, I'm thinking, we're talking about transiting planets through the houses, of course, in general, because what this is the only way to first approach the subject. But I think it's important when you think about this to think about this in terms of this specific chart and this specific person, like
Ah,
what age this person has, what has
mhm.
been, because like you said, the fourth house is the family, it's where
Yeah,
I belong, what
yeah.
my home, what makes me feel safe. So it's not the same if this is shaken when I'm 30, when I'm 40, that probably I have
Hmm.
developed some resources and some
Yes.
ways to cope with this, that when I'm 5 years
Ooh,
old.
that pretty tough. That pretty tough. Well, thank you for just remind me because I forget to mention about our conference. Yes, well, we'll come back to translating Uranus in full house first later. But the first things, don't forget from the 5th to 7th of December this weekend. This weekend, okay, we're having our Academy of Astrology online conference, and then Alejo going to talk about the lifetime changing. They're talking about a different planet, the outer planet thing, and in a different stage of life. Just like you mentioned, professional astrologer, you have to consider when does this happen, because
Yeah.
you are not really just say, oh, you are going to get married, and you say that to an 8 years old. You're like,
Exactly. Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
that is not right. And then, like we're talking about Uranus change, when it happened to a young child, to a teenagers, and to an adult, or to a very mature person, that is all different. Our reaction would be very, very different. So, this time with our conference, we have focused on the forecasting technique, and then on the Sunday we have the mundane astrology track. Don't think about we just talk about politics. We are talking about the world changing. It's changing. It's happening. It's happening. And it's like the world is very different. So we are going to prepare ourselves how to face the things. Like for example, when this Stacy, our dear friend, is going to talk about the the enjoy of unknown. The interesting of unknown. How we prepare ourselves. And then Christine Skinner is going to talk about Europe between 2026 to 2032. That is very interesting. It's a kind of forecasting. So please come to join us. It's the last chance and don't miss it. Let's come back to transiting Uranus in the full house then.
Oh my God, this is an Iranian experience. If anyone's listening, this is Uranus. Yes. We jump from one thing to the other. Yes.
Oh, you don't know what I can do, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we are talking about the changing of the environment and the relationship, and depending on different age. And could we go a little bit more deeper with the belonging, sense of belonging? I'm curious about this a bit.
Okay, so I think, the fourth house tells us it's about our family and our sense of origin, but I would say we
Hmm.
can expand this idea of sense of origin to the idea of, okay, where do you feel you belong? Do you think you belong
Hmm.
to your family? Do you think you belong to your country? Do you think you belong to your city?
Hmm.
To who? What is, some people refuse their families, but they still
Uh-huh.
have like other created families, right?
Yeah.
So when Uranus goes there, I would say that you want to break free from those belonging ties. You want to become
Hmm.
more independent. Or perhaps you find new spaces, new people where you feel you belong, new
Hmm.
ideas about what belonging is. So
Hmm.
there's this sense of, yeah, growing independent and changing. It could also be more literal. It could be that you change your house. It could be that the place
Yeah.
where you're living is a bit,
Yeah.
you feel it doesn't any longer expresses your authenticity, so you feel
Hmm.
like something needs to be changed here. This is no longer me. So
Yeah.
you need to change houses. So it could be something like that. It could also be that you just changed your literal home, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, that is really interesting because I think that they there is a sense of like when we talk thinking about the Uranus moving into the fourth house, the sense of belonging, like you are attached to like your country, or I am this, I am that, or my the origin of my family value or something. Then suddenly everything change, and we're talking about moving house. What? what would happen if we don't move a house? Does our house will be turned upside down by Uranus?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to threat people like if you don't do this, it's gonna happen.
No.
Yeah.
That's not what I mean. What I mean is, could that happen, or how are we going to apply it?
Yeah, I think it could happen. It could happen that if you resist to move house, something happens that forces you to move house. So, for instance, I don't know, they tell you that they're gonna build a
Oh,
highway over
oh
your house.
dear.
Yes, I don't know. So something happens. I don't think it necessarily means, Uranus in the fourth, you move. Not for
Yeah.
everyone this is gonna
Hmm.
happen. But I think it does mean to reflect on what you were saying before, how attached you are to your house and how
Uh-huh,
much willing you are
yeah.
to let it go. Maybe
Yes.
it's just going to bring some changes. Maybe you don't have to move, but it brings some changes to the way you relate to your house.
Hmm.
Maybe you're a very secluded person and you start making dinners for your friends so they can
Oh,
come and they can
I like that
enjoy
idea.
the house together. Maybe you're working from home and when Uranus goes into your fourth house, you want to start changing this relationship to your house. You start, I don't know, you rent a studio, so when you work you go to the studio. I
Hmm.
think could be many different things, but this idea that your relationship with your house asks to be more alive and to be more detached perhaps,
Hmm.
and to be more creative, you were also saying before. Yes.
Yeah. Wow. Sounds super interesting. I mean, for Aquarius and with the major sun moon, have aspect of Uranus. For me, it's everything related to Uranus is like, hey, that's interesting. Let's do it. But I have to say, well, for some people, maybe it would be a little bit difficult for them. But hey, keep your mind open. That Uranus play. That Uranus play and see what turns up. It's a magic. Wow.
Yeah, I would say this is the key. Keep your, like you were saying when this Stacy is going to talk about this, keep your mind open.
Yes,
Keep this sense of
definitely.
openness and curiosity and excitement about, okay, what could this be for me?
Definitely. Well, thank you, Alejo, and thanks everyone for joining us for today's 10 minutes astrology. And don't forget, this weekend we have our Academy of Astrology online conference. Come to join us. You are going to learn a lot. Let's play together. Let's enjoy the study astrology together. Okay. See you next time. And next time we're going to talk about Uranus in fifth house. That could be fun. I don't know why
Yes.
Uranus in any house. I don't know. Wait to see Uranus in eighth house. Okay, bye bye. See you next time.
Bye.